I was in the matatu. This is the worst, one of the worst experiences. It's not even the worst because all of them are worst. So I'm in matatu, I'm from home. Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're good. Welcome on today's rather sad video. Welcome. Currently, I'm coming to you direct from my CBD shop. I just got to town. I'll be eating in between this because I'm hungry. Let me just remove this caffeine here behind me. It's a brew. So I'm very hungry, so I'll be eating in between. And I really wasn't expecting to do this video, but I have to because past 2 days I've had the worst experiences that I feel I feel I feel angry. Like the word is I feel angry. So much anger, you know? And I'm gonna just try and talk about it without filtering anything. And I know if you're watching this video and you're a woman, you're a girl, you're a lady, this is not something new to us. This is not something new to the feminine world. And the more I'm living this world as a woman, as a girl, as a lady, I just realized that it's never gonna stop, and we are forever vulnerable. We are forever vulnerable, by the way. We are forever vulnerable. And if you have a girl child with you, if you're a parent, you're a mom, you're a dad, protect them as much as you can, and also talk to them about these things, and also let them know that they can talk to you about these things. So I'm gonna share with you my experiences. I don't know if I should start with years back. The lighting is misbehaving. I don't know if I should start with years back or I talk of the current situation. Let me just talk of the current situation because that's what has really made me to do this video. Oh my god, I just hope let me just put this camera well, because I don't even have a holder. I really didn't expect to do this video. So yesterday, Jana, we went to Bama with my husband, and we stopped. Bama, there's somewhere where they sell meat, and then there's somewhere where they choma really nice meat. So niliona tu ikichoma nikatamani. So we stand there, nikamwambia huyo mtu tuweke kapisi hapo, we'll eat it later in the car. Then while I was standing there, this big guy, and funny enough, sijui mbona experiences zangu zinakwanga just with these big massive looking guys, and I'm very tiny, so you can imagine how scary that is. And then this guy passes next to me and just holds my hand in a very, like, he caresses my hand in a very weird, manner. Let me just tell you my experiences, then you can decide whether this is sexual harassment, because me, I feel it's sexual harassment. And he passes by holding my arm, like huyu ni mtu unaona tu, he knew what he was doing, because you can't have such a reaction and someone is not aware about it. So he does it like for like 5 seconds. I feel like someone is literally on my hand, and I turn back because I turn on the side like this, and he's already passing. Then I tell my husband, mbona mtu ananishika in a very wrong manner? And immediately I tell my husband, I see his reaction, and he tells me, amefanya nini? Unaona? And immediately I see his reaction, I'm like, okay, this is war. Let me just not continue explaining to him, because now I'm protecting both of us, because we are in a market where we don't know people. If he gets so angry and decided just to kick his ass, it's going to cause a whole other trouble. And this is the thing about being harassed. You have no evidence. How do you just stand back and start telling people, mtu amenishika hivi? He can even turn and attack you and say, have you seen me? You see, you do now understand why it is so hard to report some things. It is so hard. So I go ahead and just let it pass. And I'm like, you know what? As long as my husband is around, I feel safer than being alone, So we go ahead and let it pass. I let it pass. Then today, I was in the matatu. This is one of the worst experiences. It's not even the worst because all of them are worst. So I'm in matatu, I'm from home, I'm coming to town. Niko kwa matatu yangu, I have my earphones on. I'm actually editing a video on my phone. So I'm in the matatu, nikasema badala ni waste time yote before nifike town, let me just have my earphones on and then I'm editing the video. Then this makanga. The makanga comes, collects fare. He's done with round 1. Akafika kwangu, he's like, madam, hizo matiti umevaa bra? I'm like, why would you even start such a conversation with a lady you don't know? And I'm like, I'm looking at myself. I feel well dressed, but why do you feel you need to ask me such a question? And most harassments go on in matatus that go unreported. Then I imagine if this guy would want to sit next to me, unajua angenifanyia nini? And he goes ahead and say, madam, umevaa bra? You know, so I have my earphones, but I've paused it so that I can just hear the nonsense that he's saying, but I'm totally in fear and I'm just trying to act so brave and telling him, shush, you know. So, hey, madam, kwani umevaa bra? And he's literally holding his stuff down there and telling me to look at how much overhard on he has. Ati unajua umefanya hata nisimamishe already. What is wrong with people? And he's talking to me, he has no mask, he's approaching my face, and I'm like, I need to slap this guy. But when I slap him, how do I start telling people what he has done? What evidence do I have? This guy has just talked and gone. Do you not understand why it is so hard to report an incident, yet they still go on down kwa ground? Kwa ground vitu ni different. So that pisses me off so much, because I just realized that these things never stop. As long as you're living in this world and you're a woman, whether you're married, whether you're with your boyfriend, whether you are telling people through everything that you're married, whether you dress decently, it never stops. It literally never stops. Another experience that I had ever had, when I was in campus, I was in CBD, and I remember nilikuwa kwa stage, unajua ile stage ya KBS, hizo bus huko, because that time I was living Kasarani, hapo ndo mat za kasa zilikuwa zinapandiwa. Mimi nimesimama kwa stage. So this guy holds my hand and tells me, and he's a big guy, like, madam, ungekuwa wangu, ningekuwa na kukula kila siku. And he's holding my hand so firmly, yani hata angetaka kunifanyia kitu angenifanyia. So I'm trying to resist. That's when he lets me go. But I'm listening at him like, this is what? This is harassment. Why would you tell me something like that? Unamaanisha unikule kila siku? Why? Because does my body give you the permission to eat me the way you want, or because you feel like I'm a less powerful human being that you can just do to whatever you want to do any day, anytime? That was an experience that I've never forgotten up to date. And you know the worst thing is that as much as we don't know their names, we never forget their faces. We never forget their faces. We never ever forget their faces. Now imagine if I'm this educated and a woman with integrity, and still I can experience something like that. I keep on imagining women who are living in less safer environments, like the hell that they go through. What's up, guys? So I'm at a different location, precisely because I couldn't go on with the conversation because I got distracted on the way. But let me just go ahead and finish what I started. So what I was talking about is that sexual harassment is still going on. This is not something new to women. And I just feel so bad because in most cases, you can't report 99% of the events that have happened. And either way, even reporting becomes a problem because so many girls and women outside there, sometimes they just feel embarrassed. One is an embarrassment. Secondly, they feel threatened by their perpetrators. So you remain a victim of something that will still continue and is still happening. Guys, I remember when I was a teenager, I think I'd cleared my high school. I think I was just starting my early years of campus. And my mom had sent me to the soko, hapo tu majioni. And then nikatoka tu vizuri kama kawaida, umetumwa kwa soko unaenda. Then I see a guy approaching me, and then I just realized that I know this guy because this is someone who has been visiting our home. He was a very, very good friend to my brother, and I'm sure he still is. And this guy approaches me ile design ya it's like he wants to be greeted or he wants a hug. You know what I'm talking about? So vitu zika happened so fast. This guy approached me, hold akashika my boobs, and for a second or two I was like trying to figure out what is happening, and then I'm trying to fight him back, and then I remember for him it was funny, for him it was interesting. So for that few seconds that he had the chance to hold my boobs, sijui alifeel nini. Whatever pleasure he was looking for, he probably got it. But I walked on going to the market asking myself, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Did I deserve that? Is this how it's supposed to be happening? So you are so confused, and you get back into the house and you're asking yourself, how do I report this? What will happen when I report? Where is the evidence? This guy may even decide to like bash away and say Mimi. You know, so what I think you're trying to understand what I'm saying. It's like it's the fact that you can report. Yes, you can report. But starting to report and making sure that this person is followed up through na ameshikwa and you've gotten justice is hell in Kenya. It is total hell. So my point is, I feel like so many women go through this. Sasa na imagine those girls in the villages, you know, and this notion that men use all the time, ati, oh, it's how you are dressed. Excuse you. Kwani ushago, we have women and ladies who are always in lessons 24/7. They have covered literally everything. But they still go through rape, they still go through teenage pregnancies, they still go through this sexual harassment. This has to stop. This has to stop. It's high time men take responsibility. And if you're a category of men who like or enjoy taking advantage of women in such a way, you should own up your mistake and say that you have a problem, uko na kashida, and that you need to stop whatever you're doing. It's not fun to women. Unless you're a woman and you've told us, sawa, kazi yangu niko hapa nje, mimi ni wakuguzwa na wakushikwa. Well and good, umesema hivyo. But for so many women, it is done against their will. It is done against their will. So guys, today I feel a little bit calm, but I think I've passed the information that I wanted to pass. So I feel like I also wanted to address and say that don't feel embarrassed to address such things. Most of the times it's not even your mistake. It's just a perpetrator or someone somewhere who just wanted to enjoy his 5 seconds or 5 minutes of pleasure without thinking how you're feeling, without thinking about your consent. So let's just try and encourage women to talk about this, and let's encourage ourselves to find ways of how to protect ourselves from such things happening. Because sometimes, like for me, I'm looking at my daughter growing up and I'm like, probably this will happen to her one day or a time, but can I learn to protect her? Can I learn to talk to her? Can I learn to let her know that if this happens, she can report? If this happens, yes, she can report and she can get justice. Can we encourage justice when it comes to such cases? If you're a lady and you've gone through this, I feel you, I understand you. You're not alone. So let's talk more in the comment section. Mimi, to be honest, I don't know, like I can't advise on the process of reporting, but if you know anything about the reporting, how it happens, please give us all the details in the comment section. Give us all the shortcuts that we need so that we can walk and feel safe. Can you imagine Mimi? Yani, I feel like I'm in a safe environment, but I still go through this. So you imagine all the other young girls who are living in areas which have insecurity or where they walk facing their perpetrators each and every day. And you know what's funny? It's that we never forget their faces. We never forget their faces. Hata sahi wakichorwa hapo, I can tell you who it was. We never forget their faces. That's why justice gives us maybe the healing that we need, but we never forget their faces. So either way, guys, let me leave this video here as this young lady is enjoying her banana. So guys, Thank you so much. Thank you for this far. If you're new here, my name is Eunice. I'm a mom and I'm a wife and I'm also an entrepreneur. Let's talk more in the comment section, and please remember to subscribe, or at least give this video a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Goodbye.